Hello, this is Satkalatra from Astrology Mysore. So today I will be solving some doubts which have been asked by many in the comment section in my YouTube in this YouTube channel Astrology Mysore. So my wife is here in the background and she will be asking me the questions. She has sorted out some of the questions which are actually a little which require explanation. So let us go to the first one. Yeah.
Okay. First question by Mr. Pawan Kumar.
Yeah.
How would be the relationship with the father with Saturn in 9th house?
Okay. Saturn very clearly fortifies old age. It also represents and signifies wisdom after experience. If a native has a well-posited Saturn in the 9th house. So what is a well-posited Saturn? If it is posited in its own house with a strong Shatbala or exalted or in its Mula Trikona, then it is a very well-posited Saturn. Also, positions of Saturn in its friendly houses. Friendly houses are the houses of Venus and the houses of Mercury. Then Saturn is said to be very well posited once again. The bad houses for Saturn are its houses of enemies, that is house of Leo, the houses of Mars, that is Scorpio, and Mesha Rashi, that is Aries, the houses of Sagittarius and Pisces. So that is the lordship of Jupiter. So apart from this, Saturn is said to be well placed. Other than Saturn being retro, Saturn being debilitated, once again debilitation happens in Mesha Rashi, and Saturn being badly posited along with planets like Rahu, like Mars, like Sun being composed, all these things. So we need to see the avastha of Saturn before deciding the position of Saturn. Also see the Shatbala of Saturn, because if you see the avastha, you will only understand whether it is in Dipta avastha, Dina avastha, Dukkita avastha, Krodita avastha. I have not done the avastha, so please people excuse me. I am just telling you one part which I have not yet done. I will do that in detail after this. So Saturn, if it is well posited in the 9th house, then the native will have excellent, very good communication, understanding and love, and also very good support from his father. Otherwise, you can see if it is only in the friend's house or moderately posited, there will be normal relationship between father and son. If it is badly posited, there will be strained relationships. There will be like this, the native wants something and the father always forces him to do something else. So the native will always be dissatisfied. So these things keep happening. But I have also seen that when Saturn is extremely badly posited, then the native will not have father's blessings at all. That is, the father will, the longevity of the father will be very less. That is, he will be short-lived. The native will not be able to live his life much with his father. There are also cases that a native has very good relationship with his father, but because of bad positional, disadvantage of the 9th house, the father might, he might lose him early. But there are also other cases, very rare cases, where the father has left the family and simply walked out of the family. So many things happen.
So the 9th lord has to be checked.
9th lord, Saturn, here Saturn in the 9th house. The 9th lord has to be checked. The planets aspecting the 9th house have to be checked. The planets associated with the 9th lord has to be checked. So many things have to be checked. Simply, arbitrarily, generally, we cannot say anything with only Saturn in the 9th house. This is a very generalistic approach. So if you have to see the 9th house, you need to see D12, that is Dvadashamsha for father, mother and elders. you need to see the ninth lord, the ninth house, its placement, conjunction and aspect. Then that placement in the sense that even the planets which are placed there, the Bhava Bala of the ninth house, so it is not so easy. It's a little complicated. You have all this, only then you can say something about Saturn or any other planet in the ninth house. Yeah.
Okay. So next question is by Mr. Sandeep Natekar, and it's not only a question by him, many other people also have this question, that the positions you're talking about, like Rahu in first or Venus in first or any planet in any Bhava house, so whether it is respect to the Lagna Kundali or Chalit Kundali or Bhava Kundali, please just explain them.
The Chalit Kundali or the Bhava Kundali, I take both as the same because I use the equal Bhava method as on date for explaining the Bhava chart. I am not using the Rashi chart for the house. The Rashi chart and the Bhava chart have been very clearly explained in my Rashi or Bhava video, which I think is video number, I don't know if I remember, it should be 78. But anyway, please try to understand that a house can have a split Rashi between it. That is, for example, if an ascendant is at 25 degrees in Aries, that very clearly means 5 degrees of the remaining part of Aries and 10 degrees of the next house, that is Taurus, falls into the first house. That means from 5 degrees of the, 10th degree of Aries, the first house will start. So from 10 degrees to 30 degrees of Aries and from 0 degrees to 10 degrees of Taurus, that is the first house. So that means the first house is having two lords who partially share it. 60% is Mars, 30%, 66% is Mars to be precise, 33% is Venus, 33.33 recurring, 66.66 recurring. So you can't go so accurate, but still, this is how we have to calculate. But if you ask me which is the Lagna Lord, where is the Lagna posited in the Rashi chart is very important to say which is the Lagna Lord. And if you ask me which is the Lagna's Nakshatra Lord, 25th degree in Aries very clearly falls in Bharani Nakshatra, 4th Pada. So the Lord of the Nakshatra of the placement of Lagna is very clearly Venus. So Nakshatra Lord is Venus, Rashi Lord is Mars. The first house has 20 degrees of Aries and 10 degrees of Taurus. This is how I do it. For the while, I am not going into the higher advanced levels. This is enough for our basic learning.
Okay. The next question by Miss or Mr. I don't know, M.L. Levinsky. So she or he is talking about Saturn as an Aquarius. Is it good or not? Because in Western astrology, Uranus is the lord of Aquarius, not Saturn. So she is talking about...
See, about the Saturnine planets. So there are three classifications. Even in the Vedic astrology, very clearly it has been said that planets, inner planets, which are Sun, Mercury and Venus, inner planets, including Moon, which is inside the Earth's orbit and within Sun. The outer planets are Mars, Jupiter and Saturn. The Saturnine planets are Uranus, Neptune and Pluto. So these three planets have been clearly kept away and not considered in Vedic astrology because of several factors. I will tell you only one factor. Please take out the ephemeris, take the graph of planetary movement and see how fast does Uranus move in one Rashi, how fast does Neptune move and how fast does Pluto move. So Pluto is very far away, they have not considered it at all. So Uranus and Neptune, they are big planets. I am not telling they are small planets, they are huge, but they are very far away. The amount of relevance, though it might be there towards Earth, the space which it occupies, though it might be a speck, but still it is relevant. Also then, the speed of the planet is so slow that the changes cannot be effectively observed and hence it has been left out. Like for example, Jada and Chara, these are different words which are used in Sanskrit to explain things which remain dormant in the same place without much of an activity. That is known as Jada, which will not move, like a stone, like a mountain. We all know that the Himalayan mountains are growing every day. Do you go there and every day check how much it's growing, whether there's an event happening? No, nothing is happening there. There is no event on the Himalayan mountains suddenly happening, which is consequential, so important for human life. But yes, the Himalayan mountains are growing every day and every year they grow by some inches. So, it is also Chara, but with regard to our, relatively to our life, we only live, let's say 100 years. For 100 years, how much Himalayan mountains grows is inconsequential. So we leave it. We think that it is there forever in the same place like that. So same thing happens in the cosmic level. So when planets do not have sudden movements and effective, events happening because of their movement, it is not considered. So this is one of the reasons why Uranus, Neptune and Pluto have not been considered in Vedic astrology. And very clearly, Saturn has been given 2 houses primarily, but Aquarius has been given to Rahu. It has been allotted to Rahu. Saturn has its Mula Trikona Sthana in Aquarius, but still Capricorn and Aquarius are totally given to Saturn and partially given to Rahu. Thank you.
So it is good or not, Saturn in Aquarius?
It's a fantastic position. Saturn in Aquarius is a fantastic position because from the Kala Purusha, Saturn is very good when it is placed in Upachaya Sthana. And what are the Upachayas? From the Kala Purusha Lagna means Aries. Upachaya Sthanas means the 3rd, the 6th, the 10th and the 11th houses. And here Saturn has been allotted 2 Upachaya Sthanas. That is why Saturn gives growth. Maybe it is slow, but it will give constant, stable growth. It's like the stair, it's like the staircase in your house. All the stairs will be of the same height and you will have to go one by one. Just imagine a staircase with, let's say, a 6-inch step, and then you have 10 inches, then you have suddenly 4 inches, then you have 12 inches. How odd it would be. You don't want that to be odd. Why does your life need odd jumps? Saturn gives you a normal, gradual, simple, perfect, progressive, upward progress in life. And that is why Saturn is called stable planet. And being in a Upachaya Sthana, the house of growth, that is the 10th, and the 11th house, here it is the 11th house, from Aries, it is one of the best positions for Saturn because it is well placed in its own sign, in its Mula Trikona, and aspecting the ascendant in its 3rd aspect, and also aspecting the 7th aspect and the 10th aspect respectively. Please check those aspects, they are all good. Thank you.
So shall we take one more question?
Yeah, one more question and we'll
this question is by somebody called God Gift, and it is with respect to Jupiter in 7th from ascendant, Satkalatra Yoga. So the person is asking that he has it in Navamsha, how it works. So
it works as good as it works in the D1 chart. The Navamsha chart is the one actually in which Satkalatra Yoga has to be seen in depth. The D1 chart is only the promise, but the Navamsha chart fortifies it. Your question is very correct, and your name, God's gift, is also beautiful. We are all God's gift. So let us live like that. Let us not trouble anything, anybody, and unnecessarily, show our human nature and try to intervene into things. So let us live a normal life. That's what is God's gift. So God bless you all. Thank you very much.